Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Okay. So now we are in the last week. We are in the week 14. Okay. So today is the last topic that we are going to see in C++, which is pointer. So before we go into deeper about this pointer, okay. So let me introduce first, okay, what is pointer. Okay, so before this, okay, let's say you have the declaration integer number here. Let's say we declare integer number, the data type is integer. So what are you going to see in your memory computer? You have this box, okay, the location here. So the location here, the name of the variable is number, and then you can input any data that is integer in this box. Okay, so let's say here we want to input 2, so you can input 2 here. So this is the normal declaration for our variable, okay, normal variable that we have learned before this. Okay, but today if you have declaration, this kind of declaration, okay, you have integer number, but before the number here, the variable number, you have the asterisk. This is the symbol asterisk. In at your keyboard, okay, you have the asterisk. You have to shift the number 8. Okay, the number 8, you shift, then you get the asterisk. So this is the asterisk symbol here. So if you have this symbol, asterisk symbol here, meaning, okay, this variable number is a pointer, not a normal variable. So the number here is a pointer because you have the asterisk here. So if you declare, let's say you declare integer asterisk number, we read how to read this declaration. The number here is a pointer, and then the data type is integer. Why we call it a pointer? Because we have the asterisk here, okay, asterisk here. So if you see this declaration, what you're going to see in your memory computer, okay, you have the variable number here, and then you have the location, the location. But what is the value that we have in this number? Okay, now you have the asterisk pointer, meaning the asterisk number, meaning the number is pointer. Okay, it is the different, between this number, normal number here, and then this pointer number. So we are going to see what is the value in this pointer number here. So that is the main purpose of our lecture today. Okay, so you have to bear in your mind, okay, when we talk about pointer variable, okay, what is the meaning of pointer variable? Variable that holds the address of other variable location. Meaning here, the variable number here holds, okay, the the address of other variable location. So so meaning you don't have any data, you don't have integer, you don't have float in this box, okay, but you will have the address of other variable location. We are going to see the address after this, the detail of about this address after this. So in order to get familiar with the pointer, okay, you have to alert with these two symbol. Okay, we are going to see after this, we are going to use these two symbols. Okay, you have the asterisk, the first one is asterisk, and then the second one is ampersand here. Asterisk refer to the pointer. Okay, if you use the asterisk, you have the symbol asterisk before any variable, meaning the variable is pointer, and then you have to alert also about the ampersand meaning address. Okay, so we are going to see the pointer and then address detail after this. Okay, so why we call pointer? Okay, why we call pointer? Because it points to the value that belongs to address of that particular memory location. Okay, let's say now p here, let's say p here is a pointer. Okay, so the value of or the content of this location will be the address. So p will point to the value. Let's say you have the value here, let's say you have the value here. Okay, so p will point to the value that, okay, that belongs to this address. Okay, let's say this address 1270. So p will point to the value that belong to this 1270. Okay, so that is the meaning of pointer, because it point to the value that are belong to the address of that particular memory location. Okay, so let's say here I have the address here 100, so P will point to the value. Let's say we have the value here, the value of this address 100 here. Okay, so we are going to see the operations, okay, that we have in pointer. The first operation that we have in pointer, assign operation, or umpukan in Malay, and then the second one we have the arithmetic operation. So I'm going to explain to the student with the diagram, okay, because I think when I use the diagram is more simplified, okay, it's more simple, okay, then the student can understand better. All right, so let's say here I have the example here, okay, we see the example here. I will show to the student by example. Okay, now let's say you have the declaration integer p, okay, and then another one you have integer asterisk p. So in this declaration, p is the normal variable, and then asterisk p is the pointer. Why we say that p is asterisk p is pointer, because you have the asterisk. When you have the asterisk, meaning the variable is pointer. So let's say you have the integer p, so you have p here, you can put any value, you can put 7, 8, 9, okay, the value, the integer data, the integer value. But okay, integer asterisk p, we have another variable p here, but the value in this p is not the data, the normal data, okay, but the address. Okay, so p will point to the value that belongs to this address. Okay, we see the example here. Okay, now, okay, integer x, okay, you have integer x, and then let's say you have, we use the first example here first, okay, integer asterisk p. Okay, so this is the normal declaration of x, so you have x here. Okay, let's say, for example, for instance, the address of x is 1701. This is, we assume that we do not know the address of x, okay, because x is the location in your computer memory. We do not know what is the address of x. This is just assuming. I assume, okay. I example here. Let's say x, the location of x is 1701 here. Okay, and then we have integer asterisk p. Okay, meaning here p is the pointer. Why we say p is pointer? Because it has the asterisk here. So you have another variable here p, and then p is pointer. Now where p want to point? Okay. Now suddenly we have here p equal to ampersand x. How to read this statement? Okay, meaning here, what is the address of x, and then we assign to p. So now you how to read this statement? uh, Address of x here, the ampersand here, this meaning the address of x here, we assign to p. All right, so let's say now, what is the address of x? Just now we have 1701. When you have this statement, p equal to ampersand x, meaning we want to assign the address of x to p. So in this p, okay, you will have 1701. Okay, you will have 1701. Okay, let me, okay, I have the value 1701. Okay, so when you have this statement, okay, ampersand x we assign to p, meaning in p now we have 1701. 1701 is the address of x, right? Okay, now when you have the the address of p 1701, so now p must point to this x, okay, because this is the address of x, the value that p have. So p will point to this value, the value of 1701. Now you have the statement after that, cout p. Okay, so what you have when you have the cout p? Cout p is the content of p, pointer p here. So p variable, content of pointer p here. So you will have 1701. So when you have cout p, meaning, okay, what is the content of p? Okay, the content of p just now we have the address of X, so you will have the 1701. Okay, now let's say here I have the X equal to 25. Now we move to the second column here, X equal to 25. Okay, X equal to 25. Okay, we have the 25 there, right? And then after that I have integer asterisk p, so I have the another variable, okay, p, and then p is pointer because we have the asterisk here. Then I have the p equal to ampersand x. How to read this statement? Okay, we assign the address of x to p, so in this p we will have the address of x. So what is the address of x? 1701, right? So p will have the address of x, which is 1701. Now see out asterisk p, okay, and 9 here. So what are you going to have? Asterisk p, when you see out asterisk p, you will have the value of x here, because when see out asterisk p meaning here, okay, we want to see out what is the value that p point just now. Okay, if you have see out p, see out p is the content of p, right? But see out asterisk p is the value that p is point. So now p point to this location because it has 1701. So when we use see out asterisk p, you will see out the value of x here, so you get the 25. Okay, let's say now suddenly I change the value of x to 55. I change here to 55. Okay, now um, okay, when I change to 55, okay, this is the statement that show I change the value of x to 55. Okay, you have we assign 55 to asterisk p, meaning here actually we want to assign to x here. Okay, x now become 55. Okay, see out asterisk p, so when you see out asterisk p you get the 55, right? So that is the pointer. Okay, so we use the asterisk p, okay, to we use the SAP to show that the P is the pointer. Okay, and then you have to alert when we use the ampersand and when we use the SAP. Okay, now when you see out SAP, meaning we want to see out the new value of x, that is 55, right? Okay. Okay, now we go to the second example, okay, that use the assign operator. Okay, so this is the example here. I have the integer asterisk p, so you have to understand p is the pointer variable because you have the asterisk before the p here. Then I have the integer i, and then I have the comma, and then integer p, integer k, sorry, not integer p, integer k. Okay, so we have the two variable here, I and k. So if I draw the diagram, okay, so I have I, and then I draw the box already. I have I here, the box, okay, for the I, and then I have k, and then I have the k here, the box for the k. Okay, then I have the asterisk p, so I draw the another box here, p, but now p is the pointer. So where should p point? Okay, we see after this. Okay, so you have three variable here, p, and then I, and then k. P is the pointer because p is we have the asterisk before the p here. Okay, now let's say suddenly I have I equal to 42 and then k equal to I. So what does this statement mean? Okay, when you have I equal to 42, meaning we assign 42 to I. So in this box, in this I, you will have the 42 here. Okay, and then you have k equal to I. So the value of I is 42. So meaning 42 we assign to k. So the value of k also we have 42 here, right? Okay. So you have the same data uh, for k and I, right? Okay, then after that we have the statement P equal to ampersand I. How to read this statement? Okay, how to read this statement? Okay, we assign the address of I to P. So P is the variable, right? Okay, the pointer variable. We assign the address of I to P. So what is the address of I? We assume the address of I here 1702. So when we have this statement, we assign the address of I to P, meaning in this variable P, you will have 1702, the address of I, because we assign the address of I to P here. Okay, so after that, we have the statement C out asterisk P here. Okay, when you have the C out asterisk P and then end line, okay, don't see the red color in the text first, okay. So when you have the asterisk P here, C out asterisk P, okay, so what is the value that you get? Okay, okay, before you answer the question, okay, now we want to see when you have the asterisk no, ampersand I equal to P, meaning the address of I you will assign to P. So P will have the address of I. When P has the address of I, meaning 1702, so P will point to this address. Okay, to the value that belong to this address. So the value that belong to this address is 42 here. Okay, the value of I. So it will point to I because the address of I is 1702. So when you have C out asterisk P, meaning we want to see out the value of the what is the value that P point. So P point to I, okay, so you will get the 42 here. Okay, so you get the 42 when you see out asterisk P. Okay, what is the answer or the output when you see out P? See out P is the content of P, that is 1702. Right? Okay, so now suddenly I have this statement. Asterisk P equal to 75 semicolon. Okay, what does this statement mean? Okay, this statement mean we want to change the value of I to 75. We want to change the value of I to 75, meaning here instead of we have the 42, now we change to 75, we change to 75. So you will have the 75 here. Okay, you have the 75. Okay, you have the new value for I, that is 75, because we have the asterisk P equal to 75, meaning we want to change the value, okay, that P point just now. Okay, before this P point to 42, now we change to 75, so meaning we have the new value for I here, so you get the 25. Okay, 75, not 25, 75. Suddenly I have here C out K. So what is the value of K? Okay, what is the value of K? Okay, the value of K, because we have K equal to I, okay, we assign the I to K, okay. Now, when the I is changed, okay, we change the I here, so K also will be changed. So you will get the value of K now is 75 also. You will get the 75, right? So you have the 75. So that is the answer now, because the value of I is changed, so the value of K also is changed, right? Okay, now we see the third example. I have the another example here. Okay, let's say we have the integer asterisk P. Okay, we have the box already, so I draw already the box. Okay, so P is pointer, so I have the P here. P is a pointer, so you have to bear in your mind when P is pointer, meaning P will point to somewhere. Where P will point, okay, we see after this. Okay, now, so P will point to somewhere. Let's say you do not know where P want to point. Okay, now the second statement we have here, integer Q equal to 100. So you have another variable Q. Okay, then in Q here, in Q, okay, we assign the 100. So you will have in Q, you have the value of Q is 100. Okay, so you have the Q 100 here. Okay, let's say we assume the address of Q or the location of Q in your computer memory is 111 111 here. Okay, Q, the location is 111. So I just put 111 here. The address of Q is 111. Okay, when you write this statement, P equal to Q, semicolon. Okay, P equal to Q is incorrect statement. We can't write P equal to Q. If you want to write, we want to write P equal to ampersand Q. Meaning here, because P is a pointer, the content of the P must be the address. So P equal to ampersand Q is correct. So now let's say I write P equal to ampersand Q, meaning here we want to assign the address of Q to P. So what is the address of Q? 111. So meaning in P here you will have the 111. Okay, you have the 111 in P. Okay, let's say after this, okay, we have the um, ampersand P equal to Q. What does it mean? Okay, what does this statement mean? Okay, meaning you want to assign the Q here, the value of Q to pointer P. Meaning when you have this statement, okay, P will point to this Q here. Okay, this statement P will point P equal to ampersand Q, meaning P will point to this statement, this address, this Q here. Okay, so ampersand P equal to Q. Okay, meaning you have the 100 because P will what P will point, it point to the Q. So the Q now you have the value of Q 100, so you will get the 100. So when you have C out P, so what do you get? C out P is 111, and then C out Q is 100 here. So you will get the 111. Okay, 111, and then you will get the Q is 100. Okay, the content of Q is 100, or the content of asterisk P is 100. So that is the another example. Okay, now we are going to see the fourth example here. Okay, we use the arithmetic in the pointer. Okay, so I use the example score here. Okay, I use let's say the declaration here, I have the integer score 1 equal to 92, meaning you want to assign the 92 to score 1. Let's say you have the box already for the score 1. Okay, so in the box here, in the score 1, okay, you will have the 92 because we assign the value the value 92 to score 1. Okay, then let's say I assume that the address of score 1 is 1000. We do not know the real address of score 1, just assuming, right? 1000 here. Okay, and then the address of score 2, 2000. This is also assume. We assume, just assume, right? Okay, now integer score 2. So you have the score 2 here. But in score 2, we do not know, or we don't have any value because we don't have any we don't assign any value at the declaration here, right? So the score 2 is we don't have anything here, right? Then we have the another one, we have integer asterisk pt. Okay, so pt is the variable, the pointer variable. Why we say pt is the pointer variable? Because you have the asterisk before the pt. So pt here is a pointer variable. So this is a box for the pt. Okay, the box for the pt here, I have the pt, and then this box the pt here, okay, belongs to the pt. But okay, pt is variable, so you have to bear in your mind when pt is variable, so pt will point to somewhere. Where pt will point, it depends on the address that pt has. So we are going to see what the address of pt after this, right? So after that, we have the fourth statement here, pt equal to ampersand score 1. Okay, so how to read? You assign the address of score 1, okay, to pt. So what is the address of score 1? 1000. So we assign 1000 to pt. So in pt, we will have the address of score 1, that is 1000 here, right? Okay, after that, okay, you have C out score 1 equal to, okay, you have double quote here, meaning you will have the word score 1 equal to, then asterisk pt here, n9. What is the value of asterisk pt? Okay, so if you want to know what is the value of asterisk pt, we have to refer to the box here. Okay, what is the address, what is the content of PT? PT contain the address 1000. Okay, so PT will point to 1000 here. We will point to the value of 1000. So what is the value of 1000? 92. So asterisk PT here meaning 92. So score 1 is 92. So when we have the asterisk here, this is the value of the belongs to that address. Okay, belongs to this 1000 here, right? Okay, after that you have asterisk PT equal asterisk PT plus 2, meaning we want to increase the value of asterisk PT. Okay, meaning the value of asterisk PT meaning the value of score 1 here. So you will increase the value of score 1, 92. Okay, just now asterisk PT 92, 92 plus 2, you will get now, you will get 94. Okay, 94. Okay, I cross the 92 here. Okay, 92 I cross, but now I have the new value 94. Okay, 94 because we add by 2. Add by 2, so you get the 94. So the new value of score 1 now is 94, right? 94 here. Okay, suddenly we have the asterisk PT we assign to score 2. What is the last value of asterisk PT? PT point to the what value? 94. So now we assign the 94 to score 2. So in score 2 now you will get the 94, right? You will get the 94. So after this, okay, score 1 94, score 2 also 94. So you have the C out. Score 1 is, so you will have the score 1 is the word between the double quote here, score 1. So what is the value of score 1? 94 is 94. And then you have the end line. So the cursor will move to the next line. Score 2 is score 2. So you will get the score 2. Okay, score 2 is 94. 94. So you get the 94 and 94. Right? So that is the use of arithmetic in the pointer. So you have to bear in your mind when we see out the asterisk here, meaning we want to see out the value, right? The value. But when we want to see out the just the PT, okay, not the asterisk, that is the content of the PT, meaning the address of the PT. So that is the difference between the asterisk and the ampersand. You have to alert the use of the asterisk and then the use of the ampersand. Asterisk meaning the content, the value of the pointer point, and then if the ampersand, the content of the pointer, meaning the address. Okay. Okay. I think that's all for the concept of pointer. Okay, the basic concept of the pointer. You will continue the rest of the topic, the pointer topic in your data struct when you will have, you will in semester 3, right? So I think for the basic is enough. Okay, it's covered already. So I have several questions here. We have the question 1, and then we have the question 2. Okay, so I will upload all this question in my guru, so you can try, you can do the question later. Okay, so just I just read the question here. By assuming address of A and Z are 2000 and 2010 respectively, state the output of the following program. So you have A here 4 marks, and then you have the B, you have 2 marks here. So you can try this question, and then if you want to know the answer, you can ask for the answer later from me. All right, so you have the second question here. Okay, the second question, what is the output of the following code, right? Then please show your work for each step. Okay, meaning here you have to draw the diagram in order to show your step, right? So that's why you have 10 marks for this question 2 here. So all these question I will upload, okay, in your tutorial in your my guru. Okay, so you can try the question later, right? So for the conclusion of our this topic, pointer topic. Okay, this is the basic pointer, not the the detail. Okay, the detail of the pointer topic you will continue later in your semester 3. Okay, you will have this pointer again. Okay, so in pointer you have to bear in your mind. Okay, this is the important of the what is the important or the main thing that you have to know in pointer. Okay, first you have to know the meaning. Okay, first the meaning of pointer, right? Meaning of pointer. And then different between ampersand. You have the ampersand, and then you have the no, the ampersand, the asterisk, then you have the ampersand. Okay, how to use these two symbol, how to use uh, these these two symbols, these two symbols, right? So in my explanation just now, I explained already what is the meaning of pointer, what is the main purpose of asterisk, the main purpose of ampersand, and how to use these two symbols in the example. So you have to refer back to the example that I have given just now in order to get familiar with this pointer. So this is the conclusion, the summarize of the topic of today. Meaning of pointer. Pointer meaning you point, we want to point to somewhere. Where we want to point, it depends to the address that the pointer has, right? Okay, and then the asterisk here, asterisk meaning the value, ampersand meaning the address, the value or the pointer, and the value or the asterisk pointer, not the value. Asterisk meaning the pointer, and then ampersand meaning the address. Okay, and how to use this symbol in the example. Okay, so I think that's all for the topic pointer, and then I think that's all for today. I will announce anything, okay, regarding your final exam in your WhatsApp. Please check your WhatsApp. Okay, I think that's all for today. Okay, thank you.